Hello.
Good morning, Steve.
Good morning. Sorry, I was on the wrong meeting. So got that fixed. Carolyn Sheets will be with us in a minute.
Okay, here I am.
There you
And
are,
now you
sir.
can hear
That was
me.
my fault. Yep, I can hear you.
Thank you. We're rocking it. It's coming together. Let's see, we
Okay.
have quite a few of us here already. Aaron, you got here. Hi, Aaron. I sure wish anybody who feels at all possible, turn your camera on. And if you don't, we understand. It's an option. There we go. And all of us, if we wish, can say hi with or without cameras. I personally, I'll report on the snow. I personally am grateful that we had a few snowflakes already to prove to ourselves that yes, we are not making this up. We're having a blizzard. And hi, Aaron. Thank you for the picture. And as you all know, probably Aaron's going to be our speaker musician next week. Really happy about it. And we're going to do it like last time at New Year's Eve. And he's going to sing for us, and we're going to be able to discuss the songs. So looking forward to it.
Yeah, looking forward to that.
Anybody else have a report on their thoughts about the snow or anything else? Well, then, of course, I have one more thing. The potluck next week for Easter. We don't have a big plan. Hi, Michael. We don't have a big plan, but it always works out. But I hope that we have this opportunity in our own hearts of how we can share our church, because it turns out having people visit, family and friends, as our guests at these holiday potlucks, this will be our third one, and is a way for people to experience our church, of which we are the main part, our energy, our love. And so that's a real good way to grow ourselves in general. So come one, come all of our extended family. Michael, nice background, gorgeous. Where is it?
I can't see what's coming through right now. I do have my video on. What does it look like?
It looks like the shore. There's big rocks and big. We see the water coming up to the shoreline, and then a background of evergreen.
It could be. Oh, that's up on the St. Louis River, just above Thompson Flowage.
Now, where's Thompson Flowage?
It's up by Thompson. It's on the St. Louis River. That area, if it's the one, and again, I can't see my screen here.
Okay.
If it's that one, it's there's some white water that flows into the Thompson Reservoir. Really
Well, I'll tell you
dynamic.
what, Michael, I just realized that I'm the one who's supposed to be watching the clock, and I kind of forgot. So, and I think I was just energetically waiting for a few more people, but we have a few more people now. And so we will begin our service. And I want to say welcome to all of us this morning, and to our Lake Superior Interfaith community church. And I want to now ask you all to be muted so that we keep background noise out. And that's a good thing. And then I will begin with our invocation. Creator Source, Mother, Father, God, thank you for this day. We are grateful to be together in the dawn of a fierce storm and in the shelter of our homes. We are grateful. Thank you for our community that cares and that gathers. We share our light out into the world, people. We are glad and we are grateful. And now we're going to begin with our opening song, which is going to be read by Michael. Let there be peace on earth. Thanks, Steve. Michael, you're muted.
Let there be peace on earth, and let it begin with me. Let there be peace on earth, the peace that was meant to be. With God as creator, family, all are we. Let us walk with each other in perfect harmony. Let peace begin with me. Let this be the moment now. With every step I take, let this be my joyous vow. To take each moment and live each moment in peace eternally. Let there be peace on earth, and let it begin with me.
Thank you. Our intention as a church, as a community, we are fortunate to have a variety of speakers in our services. By inviting guest speakers, we gain wisdom from all of those who share. This is a church where we can worship the God of our own understanding, a place to experience joy and be uplifted, a place where we can gain strength and inspiration to share with all we meet throughout the week. We invite you to join in our celebration of life, to nourish our spirits, and to enjoy our company of kindred souls. And now, my friends, I'm going to do a little bit of introductions. This is our church that began in 1913. We are a sturdy little church in the process of renewal that we have all chosen together. And I find myself the president of our board of trustees who leads our church. And I am joined by a wonderful, marvelous group of 8 of us who are on the board in various distinctions together. We are very grateful. I am very grateful to be part of this gathering of partners in all of us together. And we have on digital tech guidance today, as so often, Steve Plaza. Many times, several times president, 2 times, and absolute stalwart presence in the history of our church. Been in more places with his finger and more pots of paint than probably any of us that are still involved with the church. And then we have Michael, a long time member of our community, doing the words today. We've been told by Barbara, who ought to know, that singing and music don't come through well on Zoom. So Michael's going to do his best to contain himself and not sing and read our songs for us. And you pulled it off, Michael, so far. And And then our speaker today is also a profoundly important member of our church, and I will now speak about our service today. It's what we call our Spirit Connection. It's what we have once a month, and it is with a connection to our partners in spirit, who are many, many souls passed over to the other side that join us, that have been members of our church, that have been in the history of our church, and certainly our past pastor, our former pastor, the Reverend Bill Hutchinson. And so this group gathers with us really, I believe, every Sunday. They may clarify that for us. And we will be hearing from them through Barbara, who's in a very, very experienced channel for probably 50 years, and often professionally. And she is a member of our board that is extremely active in supporting all kinds of projects for us. So thank you, Barbara, for being here, as you steadily are for these monthly connections. And we are often joined by Emily, but she's traveling right now. Emily is a medium. And so we'll be hearing more about Emily in the time to come. And our service today is as close to our usual as we can create on Zoom. And we have changes because of this storm. And Rick Humans, who leads our Monday night Unity group book study, is watching the weather, and he has a very active email list, so watch for that to see any changes for tomorrow night. And also for tomorrow, we had planned a burning ceremony for the full moon, in attracting to us like-minded people to find us. And we're in the process of deciding that too. So we have a list of 7 of us. If anybody would like to join us, we possibly will put it off until April, full moon, and we may decide to gather in the church and do it mostly inside. So we're figuring that out, but let us know if you want to be part of that list. And I want to say that next Sunday, which I already spoke briefly of, our guest and musician is Aaron Tank. And we're so glad to have him back. He was here for New Year's Eve morning. And we will join in conversation with his wonderful spiritual songs. Thank you for that, Aaron, next week. And now I'm going to bring us a reading from Thich Nhat Hanh that a year and a half ago we had for Christmas time, and it's called Blaming Never Helps, and I like to call it Watering the Lettuce. Here we go. When you plant lettuce, if it does not grow well, you don't blame the lettuce. You look into the reasons it is not doing well. It may need fertilizer or more water or less sun. You never blame the lettuce. Yet, if we have problems with our friends or our family, we blame the other person often. But if we know how to take care of them, they will grow well, like lettuce. Blaming has no positive effect at all, nor does it persuading and trying to persuade the other one with reason and arguments. That is my experience, he says. No blame, no reasoning, no argument, just understanding. If you understand and you show that you understand, you can love, and the situation will change. One day in Paris, I gave a lecture about blaming the lettuce. After the talk, I was doing walking meditation by myself, and when I turned the corner of a building, I overheard an 8-year-old girl telling her mother, "Mommy, remember to water me. I am your lettuce." I was so pleased that she had understood my point completely. Then I heard her mother reply, "Yes, my daughter, and I am your lettuce too. So please don't forget to water me too." Mother and daughter practicing together. It was very beautiful. And Thich Nhat Hanh is very beautiful. And now we're going to read together our principles and affirmations. And people, you can keep your mute on and just read it out loud with us, or however you would like to do it. Michael and I, no, wait, this part is mine. I do this part. So we will begin with our principles. We believe God is the eternal source and creator of all and is present in everything. Our eternal soul, endowed with free will, grows through many lifetimes. Communication occurs between the physical and spiritual worlds. Prayer and meditation strengthen our connection to the divine. All healing comes from Source. Seeking this for ourselves and compassion for others' suffering is the highest priority. Because we are all one, what we do unto others, we do unto ourselves. The choice of love is always open for every soul. Living these principles leads us to grow in divine love. And now our affirmation. We totally accept the belief that God is in charge of the affairs and direction of Lake Superior Interfaith Community Church. As our thoughts of trust and joyful anticipation grow, as our thoughts of trust and joyful anticipation join in harmony with the thoughts of all the members of this fellowship, we attract the right ministerial leadership and people to our spiritual community, and we are grateful. And now we will have our healing bowl time. As you all can picture, most of you, I think, are often in the church. We see our healing bowl. We know it's always alive with energy, and that with intention, we can always place a prayer within it 24/7. And with that in mind, I ask you all, anybody who has a prayer they would like us to hold in our hearts today and place intentionally in the bowl, please unmute yourself and speak your prayer. You do not have to put your camera on to do it if you wish not. Just unmute and let us know a prayer you'd like if you do.
Laura Whitney here. And I'd like to again ask for prayers for Sarah Paginen, the musician, as she goes through cancer. And then also a former, longtime member, Jan Gagne, who is also has the cancer, which she's had for some period of time, pancreatic cancer. So prayers for those people and our others. And Sue, I hope you're going to ask for prayers for your sister Molly, but I'm going to ask in case you don't. Thank you.
I guess we'll go with that. Sarah and Jan and Molly. Anybody else? Then I would like to add Mother Earth and all the people, all of humanity and all of the life, all of nature. It's basically this two things, nature and humanity. Prayers. prayers for us in our role in evolving ourselves for the cosmos as well as ourselves. And so now let us pray. Namaste. Steve will lead us in a healing meditation.
Okay. Sound should be coming up. Creator of all that is, surround us with your light. Enfold us with your love. Protect us with your power. Watch over us wherever we are, for you are always with us. Raise us up each and every day. To feel divine love. To open to divine love. And to express divine love through us in all we do.
Steve, please read it to us one more time as we close.
All right. Creator of all that is, surround us with your light. Enfold us with your love. Protect us with your power. And watch over us wherever we are, for you are always with us. Raise us up each and every day to feel divine love, to open to divine love, and to express divine love through us in all we do. Amen.
Thank you so much. Very, very deep and beautiful. And now we turn to our beautiful Barbara, who will lead us in the channel with our partners in spirit.
Good morning, all. Can you hear me?
Yes.
Then we will command that only the most divine light shine down upon you at this time, and the greatest good be present here. It is always such a joy to be able to gather with you on these beautiful mornings, even the mornings that seem to be distraught with snowfalls or storms outside of yourself. Inside, there is nothing but an eternal love that springs from your deepest heart. And this morning, we want to talk just a little bit about being human and what that means to be human and to be divine at the same time. For we know from our own experiences, having had bodies at one time, but now residing in the realm of spirit and soul, that being human is one of the most difficult conditions that you can take. And when we say that you don't have to, when you lose your body and come into the realm of spirit with us, you don't have to be reincarnated again. You don't have to come back as a human. And what a lot of souls do is they choose to experience humanity from outside of being human, from that of the natural world. So you have the capacity to live and exist within the tree, to be a part of the water, to hold the form of animal or plant. That is a gift that Creator gives that isn't quite so obvious when you are human. And when you are in that place of experiencing the rest of creation, which is really a part of you still, those of you with human bodies, you are projecting and perceiving that whole beautiful world based on the inner God that is within you. But when you are experiencing the non-human aspects of reality, you don't suffer. You don't go through the same kind of machinations that humans do in having that human experience. And so we want to just spend some time trying to inspire you to appreciate your humanity, as difficult as it is, as challenging as it can be, as very painful as you can experience at times. Because when you do lose your body and go back to spirit, everything looks and feels a great deal different. We would say from our experiences that it's much like being an actor in a play. And when you're an actor in the play and you're trying to remember your lines and where you are supposed to be on the stage and what your interactions are with the other actors and the drama that you're emoting, all of that becomes very, very real. And yet somewhere, even while you're that actor on the stage, even when you're playing that part that you consciously are choosing to do, there's some part of you that knows very well that this is an act, that this is a play, that this is a drama that you're participating in. And at some point, at the end of the last act, when the curtain comes down, that you will return to who you really are. And that's what this experience of being human is like. And what we see from where we are right now is that your world is going through some apparent deep divisions. Those deep divisions are manifesting in physical form, not just because everything is wrong or bad or this is not how it's supposed to be, but this is very purposeful because it is allowing you the opportunity to, like the actor in the play, to be a part of it and to make your conscious choices as to how you are going to respond to what you see around you. And that conscious choice is the most important choice that you can make. You cannot necessarily control all those things that come at you. You would not ask for your, for example, garage to burn down. You would not ask for your sister to have cancer. You would not ask to get ill yourself. But these are part of the human experience given to you in order to challenge your spiritual self to become the best and most evolved human that you can possibly be. And these experiences that are sometimes so difficult are the very platforms that give you that opportunity. And not that we don't want you to be happy, not that we don't want you to be at peace and have amazing manifestations and experiences, but the way that the earth and humanity works is that you are given the whole gamut of human experience for you to make the very most in your evolutionary journey, to become those humans that can be the change, that can fill up with the love, who can make the conscious choices while you're actors in that play to rise to the occasion. And sometimes you won't be able to. Sometimes you will not be able to be those high level evolved humans. And even that is perfectly fine. Even that is part of this grand journey that you were on, that you volunteered and were chosen to be a part of. And every moment that you can be consciously aware of this journey, that you have choices, that you can decide how you're going to respond to the trials and tribulations of your life, that is where your power lies. And forgiveness and self-love will become the reflection that you project into the world. And that is so powerful, so very powerful, when you can accept that you have been given the power of God to make those choices, to be those loving individuals, to forgive yourself when you aren't your greatest self, to self-love no matter who you are. Because as you self-love yourself, then you can project that love and that action of self-love onto all of the world. And you can see the world as a reflection of you, whether it's your neighbor or those trees or the animals or the sky. All of that is a reflection of God within you, being projected and perceived and lived as these sacred, divine humans. And so we want to say that as you move forward through this next month, you're going to be given opportunities at every turn to arise to the occasion, to find that love within yourself, to project that love into the world. And some of these occasions are going to be mighty difficult. Some of you will face the loss of loved ones. Some of you will face other kinds of losses. But that is not the end, and those are not real losses. Those are human interactions and activities and situations that we're always going to be. All of you will give up your body someday. So if you're facing the loss of a loved one, know that is part of a natural plan. If your loved one is suffering, or if you are suffering, that too is a part of a natural plan. To be able to be the best human that you can be under sometimes the worst circumstances. But what we see for the community is that you are growing ever stronger. And we have told you, since we've been addressing you through Barbara, to watch and be amazed at how this community grows and is evolving and is expanding. And you see it very tactily, not just esoterically. You're seeing the growth of your church, our church. You're seeing the spirit that's rising and creating new avenues of serving the community. And those avenues are going to continue to arise as you move forward. And we want to say, if there was any advice that we would give you as a community, we would tell you this: keep doing what you're doing. We don't mean to be glib or as if we are a loss to give you advice, because we are sitting back and being amazed at how much you are doing that, growing, serving each other, carefully communicating, making sure voices are included, that hearts are included, that the minds are included, and in this inclusion, you're creating a unity that is so powerful. The love that you share amongst yourselves is a power. And we are so honored and so delighted to be a part of it. And as we say every time, we are here, we are with you. You may not see us sitting in those pews next to you, sitting in your couch in this morning next to you, here on this Zoom call with you, but we are. And never doubt that. Never doubt that for a minute. So we are happy to entertain any questions or conversations you might like to have.
Thank you, Spirit. Thank you, Barbara. Wow. Does anybody have any questions for our partners in spirit? If you don't, you know I do.
Yes.
Well, oh, did somebody just say something?
No, that was us
Okay,
inviting your question.
all right. This seems like a small thing on some levels, and yet it's huge to us. And I'm going to come at the question a slightly different angle. And that is this. Somewhere we believe that the portrait of our beloved Rev, a member of your community at this time, is someplace we can't find it. And the obvious question is, can you help us find it? However, I realize that that's probably the kind of shortcut um, um, forgetful human could make. Because the question that I want to raise is, what does it mean that we cannot find the portrait that we want so much to have? And I'm going to posit one possibility from a spiritual growth angle and ask you all to please guide us in this. And, there's a saying I learned in Sunday school as a little girl: seek and you will find. And what that means to me now as an adult is, in the seeking, we learn, we grow, and we have an opportunity to keep our hearts open in anticipation and not faint with the loss. And so I would please like your guidance on this, because the portrait means a lot to us, and it has not been found yet.
Well, we feel as if the portrait was taken by someone within the community who is not here. And you may or may not find it, because the person who took it felt at the moment when they took it that it was very important for them to have this for their own relationship, say, to the church and to the past. And whether it was right or wrong, the lessons for you as church members is to do your best, do your intuitive best to seek that. Chances are, and we're not here to predict futures or tell you things like that, but there is a good chance you will not get it back. And what we say is that this lesson is the perfect example of what we were speaking of about being human, is that that person who took that picture did not do so to deprive you of something. And even though that was the byproduct of their decision, which may or may not have been a good decision on their part, but nonetheless, they did it because of their attachment to the church in a way that they felt like this was going to be the thing that would keep them connected in a way that they couldn't be connected otherwise. And that is for them. That is a situation that they will come to terms with, if not in life. Afterwards, when you review your entire life, you get to sit down and you get to go through a lot of stuff that you did and have consultation with angelic forces, with your own divinity, to come to terms and forgiveness, all that happens after you lose your bodies. But for you, as people who feel deprived of this very beloved thing that represents a picture of someone that you love dearly, that is the lesson to let go, to know that that picture is in your heart, and that your forgiveness for that person who took it is part of your liberation, is part of your emancipation as you move through life. And as you have quoted from the great teacher today of Thich Nhat Hanh, is that this is the journey of spirituality as a human, is to prepare yourself for your death, to live your life unattached, to live your life centered in that godhood in yourself, so that when that moment comes, when you're making that transition, that you're not holding on to anything but your own God within. And so look at it that way, as a great spiritual opportunity to let go, to forgive. And also, we would say that you can use this opportunity to let go, forgive, move on, but intend that if this picture is meant to come back to you and there's a great lesson in that, then it will. Follow your intuition, make some inquiries, ask some questions, but know that if you inquire to find the picture with whoever comes to mind, that you may not get the truthful answer, because it's then become an issue or something that somebody is embarrassed about, that doesn't want to confess to it. And so you decide how important that picture is to you, and you will be guided to do the right thing. Does that make sense?
Yes. It's much more than I anticipated, and I thank you for your deep guidance. As always, I know we all know, including you folks up there, things happen for our growth. Thank you so much.
Yes.
And with that, we say thank you for this month's message. It was very meaningful to hear about humanity and our role here, and the reminder of how temporal things are.
Namaste.
Amen. Namaste. Mm-hmm. My goodness, I need to bring us back now. I was carried away. I'm getting my order of service up. Here we go. Let's see the time. Okay. Well, my friends, we have the opportunity now for a brief meditation. A brief meditation with music from Steve's organizing over there. And then we'll have one more short reading from Thich Nhat Hanh, and Michael will carry us out with the words of God be with you till we meet again. And so let us sink inside, please, to our hearts, to our feet connected to the earth, to the center of the earth, to the body of the earth. Breathe with our body and with the planet. And imagine humanity holding hands on this great planet, holding hands all around the globe. Bring in any members of the nature kingdom that you wish as well, and feel the love circulating through our hands, our arms, our fins and feathers together as we love this planet, as we love this cosmos. And may we each in our own way see the light flowing out of our hearts, arcing out to the circle of life, to the planet. A great light, a great sparkling golden light, or whatever color you see. We join many other arcs of light from many others all over the planet. And if we were to rise in our awareness and see our planet, we would see so many places light is being generated with intention from the center of the earth, up through our bodies, and up through the whole circle of which we are all one, shining, the earth shining. All over her surface, and from her own great heart, shining. Out into the cosmos, our planet, our Gaia, shining, our light, with intention for love and peace and joy and compassion. And while you hold that in whatever way you wish, I will bring us our last short reading. Investing in community, investing in friends. Even if we have a lot of money in the bank, we can die very easily from our suffering. So, investing in a friend, making a friend into a real friend, building a community of friends is a much better source of security. We will have someone to lean on, to come to during our difficult moments. We can get in touch with the refreshing, healing elements within and around us, thanks to the loving support of other people. If we have a good community of friends, we are very fortunate. To create a good community, we first have to transform ourselves into a good element of the community. After that, we can go to another person and help them become an element of the community. We build our network of friends that way as our most important asset. We can comfort each other and help ourselves in difficult times, and we can share our joy and happiness together. Blessed be all of us as we expand and grow our community. Amen. And Michael, please carry us out.
God be with you till we meet again. By his counsels guide uphold you. On his love securely fold you. God be with you till we meet again. God be with you till we meet again. Neath his wings protecting hide you. Daily manna still provide you. God be with you till we meet again.
Oh, thank you, Michael. And Michael, let's do a little experiment right now. Could you take the first verse again, please, and sing it, and let's see how it sounds through our own Zoom lenses or whatever channels.
God be with you till we meet again. By his counsels guide uphold you. On his love securely fold you. God be with you till we meet again.
Oh, do the next one too. It's great.
God be with you till we meet again. Neath his wings protecting hide you. Daily manna still provide you. God be with you till we meet again.
Oh, Michael, thank you. And if you wish now, folks, unmute yourself so we can clap. We would be clapping in our circle. See you next week for Aaron and for the potluck and for another great time together. Amen. Thank you, Steve. You were a genius with it.
Thank you.
Thanks all. See you at the board meeting.
Oh, Barbara, you are so great. I sure gave you a short introduction for what you really deserve. Let's all know who this person is. Yes, 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 Laura. Indeed, our
Miss you
hearts.
all.
Miss you too. She's in Europe, everybody, but I think we all know that.
Scotland. Yep.
In Holland?
Scotland.
In Scotland. Oh, you are a gem. Thank you.
All right.
See
See
you
y'all
all soon.
later.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.